on, everybody? We're back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about seats and carpet. If your seats are starting to look like this and your floors are starting to look like this, it's probably time to clean your carpets and seats. I'm going to show you what all you will need to start off with. For the seats and stains, Zap It Coverall. You can get this in the spray bottle or you can get it in a gallon. The next thing you'll need is a drill. You can get a Black & Decker drill for around $40. Along with a drill, a brush. I typically use this brush. Along with the drill and brush, you will need a rubber brush or a window squeegee, I guess you could use. Now, something that not a lot of people think about using is a little plastic pick. This one is not sharp. You can see it's actually flat on that side. And then it's just got a little wedge here. I'll show you what I'll be doing with it later. Now, along with the brushes, the Zap It stain remover, you're gonna need a steamer. It doesn't have to be a McCulloch steamer, it can be a hand steamer. You can get them pretty cheap on Amazon. Another thing, a vacuum. This is a wet dry vacuum. It's also got, well, it has the room for an expansion tank. But just a normal vacuum, whether it's just a dry or a wet dry vacuum, will work perfectly fine. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do, take your drill, get some of this stuff knocked loose from the carpet. Try not to hit any plastics unless you don't care about hitting plastics. The main purpose of this is really just to get all this loose from the carpet. Go through the whole vehicle. Get the whole floor drilled down. Once you have the carpet broke loose, you could go ahead and vacuum. All that looseness off. It looks 1,000 times better in that spot already. Before you put your Zap It stain remover on, you're going to want to go ahead and get all of this vacuumed, get the looseness off. If you don't get it all, it's okay. This is just the first time you're going over it. You got it all vacuumed. What you're going to want to do, get your steamer plugged in. Make sure it's on. Take your Zap It stain remover, spray it all over the seat. If they are this bad. If they aren't too bad, you could probably just get away with doing a spot remover. But I like to spray this in and just let it soak. And then you just repeat for the rest of the seats. Get as much as you can on the first vacuum. That should be okay. You really just want to get the pet hair off. Really just a quick sweep, getting all the crevices cleaned out. Repeat with the Zap It. And let it soak for 15 to 20 minutes. Or until your steamer is done warming up. Go ahead and do this step for all of the seats. Once the seats are done, start on the outside door jambs. Get the door jambs done. Get your interior trim done. Once that's done, the seats should be ready for steam and a rag. And we will be back there. Okay, the first 2 rows I have gotten done. As far as the stain removal process goes, we are now just waiting for the steamer to warm up. So while that's going on, we're gonna take some Polishable by Boltznot. I actually like this for door jambs. We can get the door jambs done, probably the door panels. Then we'll check and see if our steamer is warm and ready to go. For third row vehicles, it can vary. This time we're working on a Pacifica. Sometimes seats can be not really difficult, but harder to see in good light. Like this one, it's dirty. So for these, what I typically do is I'll lean them back and I'll vacuum them from the rear. Once you feel like it's vacuumed good, here is the other one. The goal is to get as much hair and do the same thing. Soak it down with stain remover. If your seats aren't too bad, you could use an all-purpose cleaner. These seats are not that great. This one's not too bad, so we'll probably just look for spots on it. Maybe one right here. And probably a little bit on the front cushion. Okay, we're gonna let that soak for a while. Okay, once you've let it sit, I'll probably let this sit for 15-20 minutes. You're gonna wanna take your steamer, make sure it's steaming, and go over it. I have not cleaned the glass yet. While you're steaming it, you can also take a dry rag and give her a good wipe down. I try and do a cushion at a time. Should come out looking pretty decent. We still have a little bit right here. I don't know if that's gonna come out. So we may have to go back over it with the steamer. Just to see if it works. Oh yeah. Like I said, you also don't need a nice McCulloch steamer or equivalent. You can just use the Bissell hand steamer. You can get them on Amazon. They will work as well. So we're just gonna go through this. A little bit right here. Sometimes you have to give them a little extra. Cushion's looking better. All right, we're gonna get the rest of the seats done and we will be back. Another very helpful thing would have to be microfiber towels, especially whenever you are steaming. We got this one done steaming. We're gonna go over it with the vacuum again. Probably go over it with the steamer and some more Zap It, but it got a good majority and it's less noticeable. So I'll probably go over the front seat again with some Zap It, hit it with the stain remover, and it should be good. Very handy tool to have whenever you're doing carpet, windows, whatever. It is a flashlight. This is not a fancy one, it's just a light that I can go in here, check everything over. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect after the first vacuum, but it looks a lot better than what it did. Going to the front seat, you can still see that it is soaking with Zap It stain remover. I think this whole row is good. Now you may be asking yourself why I said to get a plastic pick for this, and I'm about to show you. Coming to the passenger side, you can see how crusty this is. What you can do with this plastic pick is go along the bottom of the plastic to get all of that mess out. So I'll take this pick And I'll go here. Get all the crusties out, especially in places like this in the crevice. You can get all of that out. Okay, random. What is it with these minions? Every time a Pacifica comes in, I at least find one of those minions. That looks good. So we're gonna move here. Really what this does is it's going to get all of the crumbs, the hair that's stuck underneath, knocked loose, hopefully. That way, whenever you do come back and vacuum, you can just sweep all of that up, no issues. Okay, you're gonna wanna take your flashlight and you're gonna wanna point it down. You can see I've already vacuumed here. And not here. Now look at that. Looks a ton better already. There is still a bunch of crummies. Okay, now we are back onto the carpet. I'm going to show you what you can do if you have extreme hair, pet hair. You can either get a window squeegee or a rubber brush. You're going to pick one. I will show you guys with the window squeegee. And then just start pulling the hair from cracks and crevices. Okay, look at that. Not the most effective way because it's a window squeegee, but if it's all you have, you can still use it and it be effective. You can also use the rubber brush the same way. I like the rubber brush more because it's got combs, or not combs, but it's got these like little teeth on it, little rubber teeth, and it gets down in the carpet better than the window squeegee will. So you can go ahead and get all of that swept up. There's a lot of pet hair in this. It will take a while, but it will look really good once it's done. Tell a big difference already. Then once you get it all swept into good piles, just sweep the piles up, go back over it, and vacuuming should be good. Here we are. This is the third row. There is some hair here. Well, stuck. Oh, it's stuck. Okay. I typically just use this to cover a bigger area if they are bad. And then I will use the comb or brush to do the finer areas like this. So I'll take it, get all that hair out. Now sweep that back into the pile. Got that pile. Move on to the next. Okay, once you got all this stuff swept into a pile, you can either choose to vacuum it up first, or you can do the interior completely. I like to finish the inside detail, get it all clean, and then vacuum it all up really good. And then the inside should be done. The reason I like to do the seats first is so the seats can dry before it's not really done, but before I get the inside finished. Coming out pretty good so far. Getting piles swept up. All right, we're about midway through, I would say, vacuuming. I got all of this just swept, basically. I didn't go over it with a vacuum yet. And seats I've let sit, so we're gonna finish the rear seats, get those steamed, dried. We're gonna check and see if this is dry. It's still a little damp. You can tell a difference though. Okay, that's what it is. It's just a shadow. I was like, what the heck? But that's just a shadow, I think. I don't know. And there you have it, you guys. Hair removal. Get your carpets looking good again. There's a couple stains right here. I'm gonna get those. Hopefully that helped you guys quite a bit. See you guys in the next one.